Actually, let's just do text life. Now for depletion, obviously for each year you're going to have to write depreciation manually. Let me actually do this. And I'm going to make that an input. Because how much it's going to be depleted depends upon the user input. So we can't actually write a formula for that. But let's do this. If this is equal to makers, okay? I'm going to actually do this. I need to go to that makers table and look for 5 year, right? So I'm going to do actually an H lookup. It's similar to VLOOKUP, except you look up on the top row instead of the first column. Well, where is that table? That table is here. Oh, what am I going to look for? I'm sorry, that's the first argument. Let's go back here. I'm going to look that. Let's go back. Let's do it again. This table. Once I find a match, I'm going to look for the row +1. And I want an exact match. Oh, I know what happened. I should have said text of that. Actually, it's easier to use a different function. There's a function called concatenate. It basically glues different stuff together. So that one, comma, another thing that goes with age is your eyesight. Concatenate. All right. For example, if this was 7-year makers, it automatically grabs them, right? And anything else is pretty much okay. Now I handled only the if it is makers part. If it's not, I'm gonna check if that is I know this is a long formula, but equals straight I'm gonna say let me see. If this is greater than the tax life, 0, otherwise 1 over tax life. And finally, if it's not makers or straight, it's going to directly get it from the depletion. Okay, I made a mistake somewhere. Let me see. Let me make this background a different color. All right. So 5 years. All right. And for those comparisons, whether you capitalize the text or not doesn't matter. In fact, you can simply say use the first letter. That's another way of doing it. In fact, let's do it that way. The function left, I'm going to use basically the first letter. What's going on here? Oh, M. As long as the first letter is M, you don't have to worry about spelling of the rest. That's always a good idea when you're doing a templates that depends on user input, typing stuff, assume that they're gonna make spelling mistakes. As long as they don't misspell the first letter, you're good, right? For our purposes, that's not technically necessary, but when you're designing templates, always assume user is gonna use it horribly, which is not a bad assumption. Sometimes you kind of start thinking about what sort of errors these guys can make. Trust me, they make unimaginable errors. That's why when you develop something, you let the user use it, get the input from beta users, see what kind of mistakes they make, then you revise the code accordingly. All right. So we have basically a useful template that's going to allow us to calculate book value and other stuff. Let's do the year. Salvage year. And